All right, I have here for you what should have been, as far as the correct instructions for putting together a Flexispot standing desk. Instructions are all right. They take you through if you're not the brightest crayon, and you'll still be able to make a desk that goes up and down. But the way they do things, it's definitely not optimal. So here is the optimal way. Follow your directions through step 2, right, which involves assembling these towers. A couple things to watch out for. Make sure you put this crossbar, right, that has the pieces inside. Make sure you put that on the correct way. If you do not, these 2 screws right here will not sit flush. This will not fit properly. You'll have to take everything out and put this back in. Also up here, this piece does not plug it in to the base here. Pretty easy way to tell is by looking where the feet, to help you kind of fine line if your floor isn't adjustable where these feet go, right? All right. So do that, then go ahead and just make sure this crossbar is loose on both sides, and make sure it's plugged in here, because if it's not plugged in here, it's too long and this is too short once this is mounted to plug it back in, okay? And then go ahead and place this bar. Do it like they kind of do in the instructions, but don't screw it in. Don't tighten this down with the wrench. Just plug it in down there, kind of have this decently tight and plugged in here. Then go ahead and just put your screws in. Line it up. The holes will line up at this point. That seems to be the biggest problem. The biggest complaint online that I saw was that the holes weren't lining up when you had this stretched out. And that's to be, because in the instructions it's terrible. They have you separating the crossbar for, what looks, I think, to be about maybe an inch at the most. It's less than ideal. So it obviously needs to be quite longer than that. This tube is super long for a reason, has this pole in here for a reason. So mount these things first, get those plugged in. Then after you have it all plugged in, measure out your distance of the support structure inside the support beam on each side. Make sure it's even, tighten your bolts down, make sure that's plugged in, tighten that a little bit, then tighten that screw down. And if I said that too fast, you put this play speed down. I didn't want to do more than 2 minutes, but that's the correct instructions for this. Should work out much easier, save you a lot of headaches, a lot of frustration. Take care.